Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good weekend. Back at it, August 1st. Crazy stuff moving around the stock market today. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money sticks around. We have a Twitter you can follow us on at Happy Money YT. If you're one of those Twitter celebs, please retweet what I tweeted to Dave Lauer. Yeah, one of those people that got on my space calls. I think there was a couple of you that had multiple thousands. I just have this simple question for Dave that I'm curious what he has. So, yeah, basically I've wondered if this has been somewhat par for the course for split via dividend. I'm referencing here just all the weird stuff going on with people missing shares, and par for the course as in this is normally happening, but there's not as many eyes on splits typically, so we just don't hear about it, we don't know about it. Or if this is actually kind of a unusual to see all these kind of discrepancies and inconsistencies, which I really don't know, because there's never been so many eyes on a stock split, and a group of people on Reddit and such a big following investor base so closely as this one. So possible we just have our eyes on it way closer than typically have been, or we're just hearing about it more. And so that's kind of why I'm starting to query Dave Lauer. But he actually, from what he's started tweeting, it did make me think that this is somewhat unusual. So the GME stock split dividend has completely destroyed some brokerage back office systems. I keep hearing about the nightmare of dealing with TDA. I have TDA. I have shares in TDA, and I haven't had a problem, but I have seen posts of TDA people, Germany, I guess, like a lot more activity in Germany of not receiving shares, or receiving shares short, or receiving temp shares, or GME DWOC I even saw. So not sure if it's just some back office stuff that's going to get ironed out, or if there's actually like, okay, they don't have shares to distribute, or the DTCC didn't have enough to give out, or what exactly. But hearing him say that this seems kind of crazy and abnormal makes me more bullish that this isn't a normal thing with the stock via dividend. Of course, I've never heard of it like this, but again, this is new for all of us as far as how many eyes are on this. So yeah, hearing him say how crazy this is confirming more that this actually is potentially doing something. I mean, the hope was that this split would cause a short squeeze, or cause some sort of squeeze on brokerages or DTCC or whoever the corrupting party is, and that was just the hope. I don't think anyone really knew for sure, but him confirming that a little bit is definitely makes it seem like this is abnormal, which is good. Unfortunately, yeah, some people don't have shares, but I think it'll get sorted out. But it does make me stoked that there's problems really at this point. It's kind of, I guess that was kind of the hope. I think generally you've seen a lot of back office problems. Yeah. So I basically tweeted him a question. I've had this question, a few questions for a bit. We'll see what happens with it. But yeah, you can follow us on there. We have a Discord. We can follow us on there as well. Link for those are in the description. Big movers today, other than GME. SPY kind of what I was considering would happen. We're going to kind of trade in a range like we did back here, right about here. And excuse me. What that will confirm as far as TA would be that this is RSI divergence. We already have one right now, but it's possible SPY keeps moving up and breaks this high, and then this won't be a divergence here and here. So if it does keep moving up, then we won't have a divergence. Otherwise, can I do an arrow down there? No. Otherwise, we'll have a divergence. So yeah, we trade in this range and building divergence, and then if we blow past this resistance, it's like 415 area, then this higher RSI will be justified. We'll have a higher price action. This line right here is CPI data when that comes out on the 10th. So I think that'll be kind of a determining factor if we continue this bear market rally up into 420, 435, on up for the next weeks, months, maybe till the election through November, or if CPI comes in bad and this starts to come down, then that will, then we'll see basically with that RSI divergence that this was a legitimate RSI divergence, and we're coming down on it. Same way we called this bear market rally being the biggest and longest, or the biggest at least, which has already happened, just with this RSI divergence on the weekly chart, right here on the RSI, and here on the price action. So started calling that out like a couple weeks past it, right about here. I'm like, all right, we have this divergence, should be big. And then now, I mean, it looks like we have momentum here on the weekly to just go crazy. But if it stalls out and we don't break that high, like I've said, we're gonna have set up another divergence here to then come back down and then make our next leg, probably our crash, the biggest crash of the year. So the bear market rally, that we've had the biggest one we've had so far yet this year, and it could get bigger. And I think the biggest crash of the year is potentially coming before the year's over. And I'd give it a price target of kind of that COVID high, just before COVID crashed, 327. Maybe lower, but I think in one move or a couple few days, week, maybe 2 weeks, probably less than that though, to at least come down here and find some support temporarily, kind of like it did here. So yep, GME along with that, we'll see. The bear market rally I think probably helps GME get some pressure to the upside. Still hyped for tomorrow and the 8th, and as well as just the rest of this month, and then the end of the month in August. I think we possibly are really repeating this pattern right back here, right here. So I shared this on Discord, and you guys have shared this on Discord too. Jay Hartman and Don Rowe, I think you both shared this chart at one point, and yeah, it's looking more and more like it. So basically this price action is this, and then this move right here is where we are right now, and then that'd put this week right here. So it even lines up the same amount of weeks. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're on the 11th week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is the 11th week. So this move started on actually a Monday on the 1st. And then, just look at it really quick. Yeah, so this was Monday on the 1st, November 1st, 2nd, 3rd. It's possible this move for us starts tomorrow, and then we get a kind of a 3-day rally, and then kind of make this same thing, and then at the end of the month have another move up. That's kind of Linux's idea, and it could be, or we could just keep rallying. It's hard to know if this is just the beginning of the short squeeze or another cycle type action. But on the long term, we're much more bullish than we were back here, or really than we've been in a long time, just with this bullish MACD on the weekly, this crazy weekly bull flag. And the volume, cost to borrow, the borrow fee rather, cost to borrow, same thing. Utilization, all those other factors, and then failed delivers being due in droves. So, and then this split. So Tesla started moving like just over 2 months after their split, and that was a split via dividend. That could have been from any number of things, but potentially it's from the split causing something, some squeezing happening. Here's Nvidia's. They moved about a month after, had a little move up, then kind of consolidated, then had a big move up. Given the market's in a totally different place, but and GME is much heavier shorted, I believe. So I'm bullish at this point. On the daily, let's see. I mean, we are still bearish on the MACD, but the fact that we have this kind of rising price action, and we're kind of, it looks like we set a higher low. Yeah, everything looks good. There's no divergences or anything like that. The MACD doesn't, MACD looks good on those highs. It's not a divergence up there. So price action is not really caring too much about that bearish daily momentum. And then if you pull it out a little bit on that weekly, it's definitely still bullish. Right above that 9 moving average. And then even today, actually, I think we maybe did some 200 action back in the 200 range. Yeah, I kind of rejected it, but did pop above that 200. And then the 50, it's gonna take some time to get the 50 to cross over that 200 again. I mean, maybe not much time with GME. Oh, look at that, it's actually not too far. So we literally could be crossing that this week. We have a big move up next couple of days. This 50 is gonna cross, this green's gonna cross that blue line. And that's a golden cross. That's a big technical indicator that traders and even investors, I think, use if they want to position long or short on the golden cross. And then the death cross would be a short. So back here is the death cross. And that would have been a pretty good short up until that squeeze. So we'll see. It's winding tight. Jay Hartman's also sharing the diamond pattern that this has basically been in from here. and breaking out of that could be big also. So yeah, today actually was pretty bullish. I was kind of expecting more red today, but closing strong, up 2.25%, and even Friday was pretty strong. So typically Fridays are bad and Mondays are bad. I think there's too much pressure building, and they kind of just have to let it off before even a real big move. And if you look back, I mean, like before this move, we had, you know, climbing days, increasing volume, and then it blew up. And then even like November here, this one that I think we're kind of repeating, you know, one day of kind of consolidation, but overall moving up. So I expect tomorrow, I'm hopeful for tomorrow. We'll see though. If tomorrow, as far as my option plays, if tomorrow doesn't have a big move, I'll probably sell out of a lot of weeklies, and then maybe even next week's. I could have even done it today. I was just like, wow, looks like this morning was pretty hypey for sure. Like volume was coming in, it was moving pretty squeezy this morning. So I held on through stuff and actually averaged down here. So I wanted to buy more today. If you recall, I wanted to buy it on the Monday dip, but I actually ended up buying some up here, which was a bit of a dip, but definitely got cheaper just because I wasn't sure if it was going to keep going today. But yeah, ended up not really, and just kind of a consolidation day, but still up 2.25%, which is awesome. But I did get more. I got more right up here. So yeah, so I will be dumping tomorrow if it's not a pretty big move tomorrow. And even if it is, I might still dump a bit and reposition. Or even if it is, I might dump quite a bit. Because if it's a one-day move, which it might not be, it could be multiple days, it could be the whole week. But you're gonna have cool off periods, you know. If you're watching stuff like your RSI and that kind of thing, you can kind of scalp it more. But I'd like to hold through longer, typically. We'll see. Yeah, it's looking good. So back on this move in November, it was kind of a 3-day thing. But started on a Monday, which is kind of interesting. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then kind of a dump into Friday. So maybe repeat something like that. Maybe it'll just kind of keep going. That's why I titled my video the other day, November, repeating November or squeeze. And now with the split, and now with all this crazy stuff happening with the brokerages, not having shares or whatever, I don't know. It seems like, so my question was, why do stocks, or why do companies basically do a split v dividend instead of a traditional forward split? And people give me speculation, people also explain the mechanics of it, and that's not really my question. My question is, why would they do that? And I can't find any other reason other than the speculation that we've had is just to squeeze shorts or brokerages or whoever that are basically corrupting the company and suppressing the price. But I'm still looking for the answer, because I don't think it's as common, but stocks do it, and I don't know why. What's the benefit for them? So hopefully it's what we're all hoping for, and RC knew it, and this was all orchestrated. I mean, that's of course the hope. So far it's looking like he's definitely rattling some cages as far as shares missing and there being some discrepancies. So anyways, I didn't do a whole lot today. This is what I scaled into later in the day. This is what I bought. Let's see. Yeah, this is what I bought earlier in the day. Never mind. So many contracts now because it's a cheaper price. The 40 and 50 call debit spread on GME that's for this week actually. So down a bit because I timed it kind of in the morning. But then on that dip, I bought more. I averaged into the 37 calls for next Friday. So got a lot of exposure for this week. That's why I'm going to be dumping quite a bit tomorrow. Hopefully at a high. And then maybe getting more for next week. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, the upside exposure on these is crazy. So if we do get like a 40 or $50 price by the end of the week, this one will be 50K. And then, I mean, these could be whatever, depending on when I sell them. These 40 calls and 37 calls. Got 9 of these, 8 of these. Well, this is actually this weekly. Okay, that's next week. 21 of these. So, yeah, I guess my thought was, actually, I just shared it in Discord. I'll just show you guys in here. With the price target, like who knows, but yeah, it's basically what I was sharing. The blue arrows are basically where it's repeating, I feel like, and then the red, and then this week would be this week that we're on right now. So the percentage on that one, I don't know if you can actually see that very big. This one's hard to see. So the percentage from November, it was a 52.65% move from the bottom to the top. And that wasn't just the move on those 3 days, that was from the bottom to the top. So kind of that whole thing. So looking at our rally now, that really started last week. That's kind of where I started this one. So this is 52.20, not quite the same, but that puts it at 48.80 as a kind of a price target if we did repeat the same amount percentage. Hard to know if we will, but yeah, so I kind of gave a little $50 price target if this is just a pinch. And that's where I came up with the 40-50 call debit spreads. Basically thinking it's going to stay below 50. This will be my maximum potential percentage returns, more so than just buying 40 calls, because I get the discount of the shorted 50s, right? Because each 50 that I sold, I received a credit, and so yeah, that's pretty much how it works. Other stocks went crazy today though. Revlon was one of them. Downward shouted out. I actually heard about it and I left it alone. Like the IV's crazy. I could have gone with shares, but I'm so heavy into GME right now. Hopefully it's not a stupid play, but for the short term. But these other squeezy ones definitely try and make you feel like you're in the wrong play. Yeah, so I saw it like when it was 5, like right around here. You know, of course it's on my radar. So if it starts moving, I catch it, and I just let it. I just sit there and just watch it, and then yeah, thing ends up going up almost 100% today. So I would have just gone with shares with this because options, the premiums are crazy. And then the Chinese one that's going crazy is it HKD? Can't remember. Yeah, HKD. So this one's up 85% today. This is wild. So this thing just IPO'd and then went from $12 to 760. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I haven't even really looked at that. Yeah, it's insane. So yeah, this is crazy. There was one I called out last Friday. I can't remember the ticker. What was it? It was another actually like Asian IPO. It was a gaming one, and it's rallying also. I think kind of just in sympathy to this Asian one that's just ripping and IPOing. Right? Yeah, Singapore. I think the other one was Singapore too, maybe. I can't remember what it was. It was MG, I think MGME or something. But yeah, this is wild. So yeah, anyways, BBBY, pretty good today. Wow, that closed really strong. So rallied up, consolidated above VWAP, and nice rally, 14%. I had orders to get more on that, but again, just kind of set up on GME right now. I still have exposure to BBBY. And then our anchor. So it actually outperformed GME today. So that, to me, that shows we're gonna have more room for upside basically tomorrow, since they kind of have to track each other. At least it seems like that for now. Yeah. Oh man, I feel like a sailor carrying around this heavy anchor. Yeah, so not a whole lot of plays today, fortunately. Not over trading. It's good when you don't have a lot of money, I guess, too. My bullish bear market rally plays, just not a whole lot of them are working out. The ones that did, I kind of already sold out of them, and some stuff's still going crazy, like Tesla. I think now we're just kind of being a chop again for a bit, so probably not a good idea to enter anything until CP lie, and then see where we go from there. But yeah, I'm full long on GME shares and options, so expecting and hopeful for a big rally here shortly. Yeah, that's what I got. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on Discord. Peace out.